Political risk has a problem called state capacity decay. This is an issue that nobody bothers to track or talk about outside of academia. State capacity decay refers to the diminishing ability of a government to effectively implement policies, collect taxes, enforce laws, and deliver public services. State capacity decay tends to overwhelmingly impact developed states. This includes the Western world and Japan, although Japan is still in pretty good shape. This has not impacted them much. But this issue has drastically impacted the Western world. This video is on whether Western civilization can overcome the decay, because I want to talk about political risks that are going under the radar. I used to be optimistic for the US until a couple days ago, but I cannot do it anymore. I thought that America could be saved, but I have changed my mind on this matter. I do not think America can be saved. It will likely need to be rebuilt from the ground up before anything gets better. The same could be said for Europe. America is keeping Europe alive. If the US government decides to abandon Europe, then it will likely collapse overnight. Most of American history is the American taxpayer and military personnel bailing out Europe, which is funny when Europeans argue that Americans cannot win any wars by themselves. It is expected for America to bail out a country like Mexico. We did this in the 1990s when their currency collapsed. America cannot have a failed state on our border, but one would expect the major Western states to be functioning properly. But they are not. I think American decay is going to become a huge problem in the future. The more isolated Americans get from each other, then the faster the decay will spread. Right now, we can still get some basic stuff done like infrastructure. My city has a lot of construction going on and new apartments are being built, although I doubt anybody will be able to afford them. They will likely be taken over by Canadians in the future. The downtown part of my city looks like trash, although it is not as bad as the city that I grew up in. Renting across America is not affordable. Housing is not affordable. The education system is broken. America hires foreign teachers. We also must hire foreign nurses because there is a nursing shortage. Half the US states aren't doing anything about crime and letting criminals go free. There are very few jobs that pay a livable wage, and most men looking for a job are openly discriminated against in the job ads themselves, which should be illegal, but nobody seems to care. Public services are breaking down in some parts of the country. The enforcement of laws is breaking down in many parts of the country. Taxes can still be collected properly, but I do think it will be much harder to implement policies in the future. Implementing policies effectively requires everybody to agree with them, and this becomes difficult when the country is actively splitting in two. There is not one America. There are multiple Americas. It should also be noted that Trump's new student loan plan is going to make things worse. I personally have nothing against it, despite having a lot of student loan debt. I think it will make my degrees more valuable. The issue is that the new student loan legislation will force most people into a handful of different career fields. These career fields will end up becoming oversaturated with people, and the wages in these fields will come down. This is going to be a huge problem in the future, especially in the medical field. You will not get people who want to dedicate a decade of their life to studying medicine if the wages are extremely low after graduation. Europe has seen a drastic increase in authoritarians taking over the continent. People have been thrown in jail for saying things that European governments disagree with, and many European states are currently targeting video games. This is not something you want to mess with in the slightest. Video games are the only thing keeping most men going and sedated, including me. So if you mess with this, then you are opening Pandora's box, especially with the way most Western women have been behaving over the past couple of decades. Nothing good will come from messing with video games. Europe works for now, but a few things could change this, such as the US government deciding to abandon Europe or an immigrant not knowing how to behave properly. These can be catalysts for Europe to decay overnight. Australia, Canada, and New Zealand are already decaying, so there's no need to talk about them. I think the Western world is decaying, and I don't think this will change anytime soon. The Western world will likely need to get worse before it gets better. I expect things will continue getting worse over the next couple of years, but this will allow me to know who to avoid in the future, so it works out for me. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic day or night.